Hey, I've got my microphone working again. So I'm going to be picking up Buried at the second minisode, so map 5 onwards. Last time I recorded this, I had my microphone switched off. So this won't be blind, but I'll try and go through all the things that I did last time. What am I doing? I'm going to go to map 5. Right, so we just pressed that switch and that finished map 4. Ooh, bumpy. Oh, there's a kind of... yeah. And the theme is so different. Ouch, 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 ouch. Oof. Hard to grab that health when you're... Right, get some more infighting? Any more for any more? No. Oh yeah, there's some, yeah. Okay, let's stop being silly. Let's, ouch! Right. I've said this before, but I have this problem whereby, if there's opportunities for infighting, I will just throw caution to the wind. My self-preservation instincts disappear. Okay, let's try and take that a bit more seriously this time. Oh, I'm getting Doomworld notifications. Ouch. Could have been worse. Imps? Wanna... No, never mind. This music felt very familiar, and I think it's a remix of... what's it called? Hollow Knight. It is, right? Anyway, so cool. Like, this is such a breath of fresh air. It's great. We've changed theme, we've changed tone completely. And we're on a mission. The voice in our head, who's been observing us, says that they want us to do them a favor. No pressure, but there are 3 skull switches that will lead to their old... Yeah, so this is... We can hear now it's definitely a remix of the hip-hop remix of Hollow Knight. So anyway, that's... I'm going to tone the music down, actually, a bit. That is an issue. Compared to the tracks so far, this music is very loud. Right, so we've got... what have we got here? We've got these 4 coloured quadrants. We've got the red key, we've got the yellow key, we've got the blue key, and we've got the green non-key. And you see here, green, blue, yellow, red. And you just about see the exit back there. So we need those to get to the exit. And there's also this path down here with a chain gun. Should we do that? And the blue key. Ouch. Oh, yes, infighting. Yay. I love infighting. Infighting without even losing that much health. Oh, it didn't take any effect because I'd already hit them. Ouch. How is that guy still standing? Jesus. Now, is it just one imp up there? I think there's a handful of imps up there. They're quite irritating. But anyway, let's see what's going on down here. Look at this, right? I mean, I've been here before, obviously. I've played this, and next thing that's. But look, there's these. Hey, that's a skull switch, and a revenant jumps out of its tomb. It gives me 4 shots. So that one skull switch opened a layer of bones. So that's 1 of 3. So as we can see, they're not secrets. Oh, there's another one there. And actually, I only noticed this at the very end in my initial playthrough. I'm going to have to go up here to get it, aren't I? Great. My health back. I can get a rocket launcher. Whoop. Maybe these imps want to fight. Yes, they do. Oh, yeah, even better. Great. Get those guys infighting. Meanwhile, I'll So that's interesting. Skull switches. There are 3 of them to get to the secret exit. We know that from the story text. And these hidden faces, shootable faces, they reveal secrets. That's a pattern here. So we've got these kind of very, very formal patterns of how progression works here. Let's see what's going on in here. Great. Wonderful. Maximum infighting. Now, okay, there we go. So I'm just gonna go back here. Let's go into the green thing, right? It's the most obvious. There's complicated stuff going on over there. There's we've got a secret. We know that there's this other progression module. We know that there's these formats going on. And look, there's blue barriers here which match the blue barriers there. So there's a notion that there's something to be unlocked in here. Oh, look, there's the blue barriers here as well. So, yeah. But anyway, this looks like a whole kettle of fish. And meanwhile, there's the green sector, which doesn't require a key, which for me in the first playthrough was my obvious. Let's do that first because this, I can see various things going on there. And I couldn't see the blue key either, or at least I didn't notice it. So let's just do this. Okay, we've got some imps. And what's going to happen when I pick that up? I'm going to get ambushed, aren't I? Look, it's Dead Marine offering us something in. So I'm going to naturally open this, grab this, and run. Interesting that I already had the rocket launcher. Where did I get that rocket launcher from? This is where the super shotgun was. Was it in the blue room? I think it was. It must have been here? Or was it down here? No, here was the chain gun. Oh, I can't remember. Right. So there's this. Yeah, we're in the green quadrant. And as there was blue coming out of the mouths over there, now there's green. Blue torches, green torches, water, acid. There's still an implant here, isn't there? There's several. Now, I've got an option here. There's a switch there. And there's some resources. There's a yellow key there. And some resources. I'm going to save. Because obviously something's going to happen, right? Right, saved. So there's... If you come in here first, you go, right, I need to come in here. I needed to come in here to get to the yellow quadrant, but there's also a green switch. And yet the green switch is going to get rid of the green barriers. I can kind of intuit that. But like, these things seem to be very deliberately kept apart as two separate achievables, but they're not really, it's not a meaningful challenge to go from one to the other first. So this is the first kind of like obnoxious choice. It's like, which? And I guess it depends on whether I want armor or rockets more. No, actually, this has just got all the more resources, so I'll go for this. Bunch of enemies spawn. What happens if I press this? Even more enemies spawn. There's 2 Mancubi. I mean, this is fun infighting, right? I do enjoy infighting. Ouch. Can I get the rocket launcher out? Yeah, why not? Treat myself. And I've got more rockets than shells. Ouch. I forget that's these are solid pillars of acid, which I always find a bit odd, to be honest. Cool. Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of like, which one do I choose? It doesn't really matter. This is a secret, by the way. I found it when I was secret hunting towards the end, in the initial sense. And look, somebody has spawned. And the green barriers are down. There are no other green barriers, though, is the thing. So that part of the mechanic is not shown until you get into the key places. Here, we can see that actually there's this place we can only access with the blue by getting the blue barriers down. I've also got the yellow key, though, and all right. Ouch. And let's finish off with the chain gun. Right. And so this is the yellow barrier area. Obviously, the primary purpose is to lower this yellow barrier, just like the primary purpose of the blue quadrant is to lower that. But presumably, hitting that switch over there behind that Mancurus will open this. And if we can see from the auto map that, yeah, that. So what we can see is that I can either go through this first or through the blue one first, and I can do either, in fact. And I will be able to get into this area, which has all this red coding, because it's got the key for the red quadrant. So, I'm just going to do things differently to how I did them the first time. I'm going to do the yellow and then red and then blue. Natural, I think it'd be more natural to do blue and yellow next, but you're being shown that you don't have, you can, yeah. Oh, hang on. No, I wanted to try something else out actually. I'm trying to remember where all the secrets are, because I have a theory that you don't actually need to get rid of all of these barriers in order to get the secret exit, right? Because the secret exit has got different win conditions. You just need to hit all these skulls. So I'm trying to remember where those skulls are. And yeah, I think I can skip either the yellow or the blue quadrant. Last time I went for the blue quadrant first, did the yellow quadrant second, so this time I'm going to do it this way around. See if anything... Excuse me? Where did you come from? Was he locked in there? That's interesting. Where did they come from? What did I do that... Is it getting to the bottom of here? This area is kind of cool. There's a lot of plasma I'm noticing. But this is neat. There's some cool cute here, some weapons here, and this is a forge. Red quadrant is... I thought it might be... No, this is yellow quadrant. Red quadrant would be blood. Yellow quadrant would be lava. Makes sense. And yeah, this is... Look, this hammer. There's the anvil. And there's the cooling thing, whatever you call that. Now, this looks suspicious to me, right? Yeah. I'm going to do this first, and this is going to spawn people in, obviously. Ouch. Why do you only take 2 hits? That's crazy. These guys could probably kill him. That's an interesting challenge. Let's see if we can... It's a stupid challenge, but it's a fun one. Mind you, is it really worth me carrying 1 million of these behind me so that I can eventually one-shot that guy? Possibly not. How many of these can he kill? Hey, they got him. Ouch. And that one got me as well. He did quite a few of them in. I'm impressed. Nice. Cool, okay. So, I believe there was some more health up here. Yes, there was. It's also fucking hurt floor. Right, that was fun. There's definitely a secret in here, and it's a radiation shielding suit and a supercharge. And that's lowered these barriers. If I try and go through here, the blue barriers are red. So I don't need to do both of them. But there's a pentagram here. This is kind of spooky, right? I'm going to switch to this. And there's a guy down there. Got him. Bit odd, that. almost feels like, I know it's not an easy thing to do in Doom, but it feels like, oh, what have we here? See that? See that? That's another face. So where can we hit this from? What's the correct height? Okay, that was in here. Yes! And I've got mega armor. And okay, let's go and confirm that that's done what I think it's done. Oh, okay. Well, see you later. Yeah. And you can see another one of those was. So there's only one more to go. Okay. And let's get rid of this guy. I wonder what will spawn in next time. So yeah, I didn't need to get the blue key. Don't need to do that to get the red key. You can do either the blue or the yellow quadrant to get the red key. Let's see what we've got in here. Ouch. Oh look, there's a door over there. There's some health. I thought there was a bit more goodies in there. There's a lot of rockets here. I'm going to go through here. Right, and we pretty much get all our rockets back. I'm going to point this out now. There's a secret here, and I have not figured out how to get it. But yeah, look, we've got torches and blood, as I predicted, to signify the red quadrant. And, of course, the classics. Right, so I don't care about this. I'm going to go through here. Again, like the green room, this is kind of like giving the player a choice, but it's a meaningless choice. And I think there's already enough choices. Like the yellow or blue choice is a valid choice. The choosing to do the secret exit or not is a choice. And there's different ways of doing it every fight. And I think keeping all that in the player's minds is cool, but just every additional path you give the player, I think it crowds out the more interesting choices, and it reduces focus on the more solid parts of the experience. Aha, look, there's a face here. Okay, look, so that's going to be that secret. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go this way. And look. So as we can see, that door there is... yeah, look, it's those health potions. So, like, these are just two ways of doing the same thing. Two paths towards the same place. Only one of them had the BFG in it. One of them had rockets. So I went for that one. And I don't need to go through that one unless I really want that health. So I'm just not going to do it. But I think it's... all right. I'm going to save. I'm going to activate the switch. Oh, these guys have made it out. That's good. In this kind of map, I've seen this kind of format before, and what happens is that everybody tends to like gather into the smaller bits. into the corners there, the lower sunken corners. Because they're always trying to chase you and you're always circling, because that's the generic way of doing maps like this. You just circle. But then those people in the middle are not going to be infighting, because you don't want to go down to those levels to draw fire that way, and they're going to have the lip covering them. There's some infighting going on though. Did we get some infighting going there? I think we did. Yeah. This is really good. That's a lot of infighting. Let's get rid of these guys. He took a fucking pounding there, didn't he? Ouch. I wasn't paying attention. Wow. You guys are pathetic. Arachnotron? All right, yeah. Right. Well, whatever. Now look at this. There's a face here. And there's a face here. Oh, holy shit. Did he actually kill the... Oh my god. Wow, okay. Right. So you notice this strange thing right here. Wow. It's different. Okay, temporary, see? Temporary, and... Well, I gotta be quick. Right, so what I'm gonna do is... I've got... I've got backslash bound to turn 180 degrees. I just need to remember which way I'm turning when I finish it. Okay. Run! Yes, made it. And now I've got the computer area map. And if I press these two, it permanently opens these. I love the computer area maps so much. And I'm curious about this, because this is like... We've got this kind of elemental thing going on, right? With the blue being the four elements of blood, water, fire, and acid, I guess. And this kind of implies a fifth white element. But what does this represent? What's going on here? Is this implicitly connected to other things? I don't know. And look, I've got... Wow, I'm doing pretty well for health at the minute, but look, that is the third... Oh, yes, I'm interested in that. I triggered something there by moving in here. And I've got no idea what that is. That's the third skull switch. Okay, we've got another arch file. Just use this, I've got plenty of rockets. And let's have a look. Yeah. Hey, 7 out of 8 secrets. I could retire now. So I could get the secret exit. And furthermore, I don't even need to get the yellow key. I don't even need to go through the green quadrant, I've just realized. I could go down here, grab the blue key. Oh no, hang on. Okay. Right. I need to go down here anyway if I want to get the secret exit. So if I go down here, I can get the blue key, go back up, go through this area which I'm about to go through now. Once I've unlocked it, go through there to get the red key, go through the red area, and yes, that would give me all secrets. Did a fireball just count me? Yeah, it must have been somebody very far away down there. Yeah, so in fact, you only need the blue and... The quickest way to do this is probably just blue and red and then get the secret exit. You don't actually need to go into the yellow quadrant or the green quadrant at all. But we're completionists, so hold that thought. Now, this is... Okay, so I just want to finish my thought on the red area, right? I'll show you what happens in here. Oh, by the way, just one thing. The way you've got this chunky, like brick-like geometric opening here, that chunky brick-like geometry is out of sync with the texture of the bricks. It looks really weird to me. It's like, oh yeah, like bricks. And it's like, well, it is bricks, and they're not like that. Sorry, that's just a minor petty complaint. But look at this. Yeah, see, this is like... Whoa, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, you make a profit in shotgun shells, I guess. But this just is an alternative route through here. And I think it's just dumb. I think it's not particularly interesting, and it's like, why make the player wonder about that when they should be thinking about finding secrets and ways to hack mainline progression, right? There's so, I think that the ideas on this, the central ideas around progression here, should be interesting enough to captivate the player. If they're not, then giving the player other choices of like, hey, you could do this or you could do that, you could is not going to make it a more interesting experience for them. But if it is, in as much as it is good, things like that just distract from it. They dilute focus. Anyway, yeah, so I'm saying I would just get rid of it. And here, okay, look. Ouch. It's me trying to do stupid infighting again. As per usual. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Let's... Oh no! Look at that, crazy, right? Thing is, you can just leave. And why wouldn't you? I'm just going to get rid of this guy. My first playthrough, I got him to kill loads of cacos. That was just the way it worked. But so this, you know, just to be clear, this fight was far more interesting to me the first time round. This is, I'm just talking in the jaded way I am because this is the second time through. But this being the second time through, I'm also more appreciative, I think. And I just think that the things that I appreciate now more in hindsight, I could have appreciated more at the time if this thing was slightly more focused. All right. All right. And there's another face here, revealing a berserk. And that's all the secrets. Let's get rid of these imps. Right. So, I think the fact that I could just leave is terrible. It's another... What's going on in here? All right. Yeah, fine. The fact that I could just leave and, yeah, look. Here we are. It's another path to the red key. This is actually a really interesting environment, I think. I think that being able to weave between these, but there's Mancubus and Hell Knights down there. That's like, if you make a wrong turn, that's pretty hectic. Also, there's the Revenants who spawn in later, and they can get shots at you. You can get shots at them, but you might face rocket if you're too glib about it. I think it's a really interesting environment. But yes, you can just go like, in the instinct of self-preservation, I go like, whoa, what the fuck is happening? Everything's opening up. This is crazy. There's revenants. I'm just going to get out of here. It's self-preservation, right? Retreat to the familiar and to the already conquered. And there's just one Mancubus up here. I think a good way of locking people in would be that if you sink this further, take it down on the Z-axis, and make the bottom of these steps a cliff. Make that waterfall just hang down so that I drop down here and I can't get back up. And so I know I'm trapped in here. And that will change my mentality of how I approach this fight. And then make it so that the way you get out is by going through here and make this ledge carry on across here and up throughout this curve. Make it go up on steps such that it ends up at a point here where it drops back down onto these steps. I know that's I don't know. It just came to me as a thing which didn't involve barriers, because like, you know, my thing here is like, remove stupid player choices to make them kind of appreciate the experience, invest more in the experience, focus more, and not be distracted by all the different options they have. And the immediate thing is like, okay, well, as soon as you press that, then maybe as soon as you go in, some barriers raise up, some very, very tall barriers. And then when you press the switch, they slowly start going down. So you're kind of like, fuck, I'm stuck in here. But yeah, I think the player does need to be stuck in here. And I think that way I just described it would be a really nice naturalistic way to do it, which would complement the design of the map. That's just my suggestion. But anyway, now we've got this guy to deal with. I'm going to save here. Yeah. I love the red screen effect of Doom. don't know why I'm doing all these risky, like, two-shot type moves when I could easily... Well, where was my... Oh, yeah. The last item is through here. Great, 100% in 40 minutes. Map 5. I enjoyed that so much more than the first time round. But I think it's just because in hindsight, I've rationalized all the different choices. I've analyzed the map and I've figured out what the options are. And I've realized that some of those options are irrelevant and they were just distracting me in the back of my head. Because the thing is, when you... And I go like, well, why am I just not getting both these in that one big fight at the same time? I second guess myself. I know in hindsight, because I'm obsessive and I've done the reasoning, that actually I know what the logical impacts of doing one or not the other are. But the first time round, you're just like, well, what is the difference? Why would I make one choice over the other? How is that going to impact things later on in the game? And you don't know for sure. So you're continuously second guessing yourself. It's like, what was the author intent? And I think it's kind of cruel, to put the player in a position where they're going like, I'm not quite sure what the author is trying to tell me. And the secret is the author isn't really trying to tell you anything. You know what I mean? Anyway, I enjoyed that so much more now that I've rationalized it. It would be an interesting exercise afterwards to see if I can, to try and speedrun it, right? Just to go like, all right, blue key, red key, blue key, go through there, bam, 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 blue switch, red key, secret, go through here, go through this way because we want the BFG probably, or would it be faster just to go through here? No, I think if we're speedrunning it, we'd want to go, hit that, run through here, grab the BFG, so much ammo, run through here, BFG these guys, hit the switch, BFG that guy, bam, bam, get this, run out, run through here, ignore those guys. And I think at that point, you would be able to just like, all right, sayonara, suckers, deal with all these guys at once, and then go through here. And I'm going to save here so that I can try map 6 once I've gone through map 12. But for now, we did as the voice in our head told us. We finished the ancient temple and then we're going to the catacombs. All right. The voice once more claws itself into your mind, but this time it is much less painful. You decided to go to the catacombs? Good, because I didn't want to deal with this myself. These catacombs were once my place of study, and these hellish fiends have ruined it, defining my skeletons with machines and devilish magic to fill their army. These vials are nothing more than 2-bit circus performers compared to me, the master of necromancy. I want you to make sure they remember that. I love it. I love the story so much. And you know what? I was thinking so when we were up there, right, we had these things. That's what, when I came down here, I was like, well, where's the Revenants, right? And then I was thinking is this going to be a fake out exit? I press the switch and bam, no. But here they are. Ouch. Ouch. God, what? Right. So it's kind of jump scary again. I can hear vials cackling and revenants. And yet we were given hints previously. We were given hints in the previous story intermission. This guy is a necromancer. And Oh, okay. No, I want another slot, don't I? Okay, yeah. Map 12 is what I want to call it. And actually, I want to load. Sorry. I'm going to load this, and I'm going to call it end of map 5. Right. Yeah. So we're in the catacombs, and there's jump scares, and there's revenants. Look, there's more revenant tombs here. Do these trigger when I move up here? Yes, they do. What am I doing for rockets? Damn, why am I being so silly? I'm playing like an idiot. I finished the last level with 200, 200, and a BFG in full ammo. Like, why am I pissing around trying to... There we go, that's how you do it. And there's this creepy music. It's so fun. Okay, so this is cool. Look, I can take these guys. What the fuck? I like that fake out, like, oh, it's just another couple of revenants. No big deal. What the fuck? Cool. I mean, I did expect that. This is quite challenging the first time around. Blue key, yellow key. There's a blue key there. There's a lot of plasma there. There's some stuff down there on the way to get the blue key, which is then used. But I've got options, right? So I can do that, or I can go through here. Another room with 2 revenants. A rocket launcher, and... whoa. Did more to teleport in? Oh, an arch... Are these our first arch files? Wow, that was quite sobering. Yeah, so I think like getting the rocket launcher is kind of important. But yeah, we've got, okay, so there was a blue key door and a yellow key door there. If I remember correctly, the yellow key is down here, whereas it is in this wing of things, which is the east wing. Yeah. So let's try and play this in an interesting way, I guess. Let's try and avoid the yellow key. All of these opened early. That's interesting. Whoops. Ouch. Okay. Is this... Oh, right. I haven't done any of this. Okay, so there's a rocket launcher in both. Whichever way you cut it, you will get a whole steady stream of revenants. Wow, can I keep it 100? So yeah, I'm gonna this time I'm just gonna try and do just one wing. Having said that, I don't think that that's how most people play. I think they're going to go like, oh, what's in here, what's in there, and once you've kind of committed to both, it's kind of like, I don't know. These are not decisions that are meaningful ahead of time, is what I'm saying. But on my second playthrough, let's see what happens. So can I avoid these guys and just run through there? I think I can. I'm going to try it. I'm going to use this. Damn, that was bad timing. Right, rocket to finish up. Oh. So you got boomed off. I seem to remember more vials coming here. I think these revenants can get revived. And there's obviously more guys in here shouting at me. Oh, and there's guys out there? What? Oh, yes, of course. They're the ones that woke up from there. Lol. Look at you losers. Any more for any more? That was interesting. There's the blue keys up there. But, because I died in here several times in my first run, my blind run. And I thought, like, at a certain point, I decided, we'll see why, that I needed to get back out to that area as soon as possible. And I went all the way around here, not forgetting that there's a blue key door there and I've got the blue key. Interesting. Ouch. Damn, okay. Oh, shit. Okay, yes, I forgot about that. Why am I still walking? Weird. No, because the first time I was like, I grab that, go back down, because I knew that there were going to be revenants coming out of those tombs that hadn't been opened yet. So I was like, right, turn around. That's what's going to open. And then I got blasted from behind by that guy. Except this time, it's the opposite that happened. All right, let's try not to. Right. Fuck, I didn't even kill him. All right. I don't need to deal with those guys, so I won't. And now I have the blue keys, so I can go through here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't deal with these guys. Ouch, that was a waste. Ah, I forgot about that. All right. Why don't I just stick with this? Why am I... How many rockets is this guy going to take? Was that a 4-rocket Revenant? Jesus. Right. So what is it that triggers the Archviles? Is it just going down a bit? I think it might be. If I don't need to do that, I won't do it. Okay, but I need both keys to progress here. I think. No, okay. I do actually need both keys, right. Yeah. Well, let's just do it then. You don't get 3 rocket archviles anymore, do you? They're all 4 rocket archviles. I'm sure these will open sooner or later. Hello? Fuck. Okay, so they can't come out this end. That's interesting. Excuse me. Come in here, please. The reason I want them to come in here is that there's an archvile here that will resurrect them eventually, but whatever. That shuts behind me. There's a secret here. It's kind of cool. Interesting. Is this the bottom of a well or something? I have to say, like, the level of detailing is not awesome here. I think, like, compared to map 4, which also had, I mean, I know this is going for slightly sillier, creepy vibes, not as, like, fucked up and not as detailed, but it's still kind of, you know, somewhat lacking, I would say. Anyway, this is a good fight. Oh! Brilliant. So last time I was here, I mean, there is nice lighting here, but it's not stark and I don't know. I don't know what I'm complaining about, really. I'll stop complaining. I'm sorry. So what I really like here is that it's only some of those opened. Well, I may as well grab that. So how many opened? 1, 2, 3 out of, yeah. There's a lot more. Let's see what happens when I pick this up. Oh shit, I forgot about that guy. Ouch. Fuck. Right, okay. Oh, you bastards. Fuck. Phew, okay. It is punishing. It is punishing combat, and I like that. That is a clever fight. I like this area. I think it's the blockiness of things. I think it's the same texture over and over. Yeah, the rectangles. It just feels like a much earlier version of Doom. Right, so now I can go through here. And I don't think I need to go through there. Like, sorry, to be clear, I do not think that I need to go through here. Oh yeah, I forgot about those guys. I'm going to ignore them because I can, and frankly, it's just not worth the trouble. Right, so up here, save. Ugh. Oh no, right, I'm going to need to go the other side to activate the switch. I think. Yes, I probably will. There's a couple of archfiles there. And they come in. It's very annoying. You can't actually hit them from in here. And if I'm up here, see, it's very annoying. So they've got a line of sight on you. You actually need to get out there, ask these guys. But that's what has to happen anyway. So. Ouch. Yeah, not straightforward. Let's try that again. Fuck! I backed myself into a tomb. Great, one down. Two down. And I've won. And I can get some mega armor. And some health. These guys are such a pain. Did I need that? Yes, I did need it. Sorry, I rewound. This is deafening, and I realise actually, one of the things is yeah, there's a sensory issue that I'm kind of ignoring. It's not purely rational. It's also just a sensory thing. I may as well get rid of these guys. Well, that was a waste. Ouch. Did I grab all the... Well, there's yeah, okay. I gotta see if I can just ignore these guys. Grab a couple of these, and then go through here. What is that one doing down there? Okay, so, God, these guys are so annoying. What? Oh, they were all... Okay, sorry, they were all hiding in the floor. Was that what was going on? I think that's what was going on. Messy. So I think one of the problems we have here is that there are all these options. The player can do things in various different ways, but I don't think those various different ways have actually been thought out. Of like, you know what I mean? Like, I can go through this blue thing and then go, oh right, at the end, now I need the red key. Let's go through to this. Let's go through here. But how that pans out is not really like... The scenario of me coming through here without having come through that door has not really been thought through, I don't think. Yeah, I thought that guy looks tiny It's because he's sunken. He's not going to be visible. They're all meant to jump up. So I guess I'll go and do that. God, I hate those guys up there. All right, here we go. Oh, but I can just leave as well. Okay. Great. So I don't think that was. I mean, do you want to lock players in there for that? No, I suppose I'd choose that fair and square. Okay, where's that guy gone? Can these guys hit me anymore? God, yes, they fucking can. I hate that. Oh, that's so annoying. I absolutely hate the revenants up there, and I think you should remove them. I really think you should remove them. They are incredibly frustrating, no matter which way you do this. I did this the other way around last time, by the way. I went up here, and then I did the yellow. I did this wing first, and then I did the east wing. Did I not hit him at all? Okay, that's more like it. Really? Right. Thank fuck. Okay, yeah. And there's these guys over there that can take pot shots at me. I fucking hate them. Because the thing is, like, those guys, I find it difficult to articulate, but those huge columns full of revenants that appeared when I flicked the blue switch, they're not really a massive challenge if you leave them alone. They're more of a challenge because they're all blocking each other. They're more of a challenge if you start killing them. But there's so many. It's such a huge ammo sink for something you can just walk past that I feel it's just not worth it. Having said that, what is, and they're just so noisy, right? I have sensory processing issues. That's quite annoying for me. What is annoying is that the revenants who spawn up here. It's like they're so hard to target. You need to be in a very good position to be able to get at them. But most positions you have to be able to stand still and deal the necessary damage, you're going to be in the line of fire of loads of other people. You can't hit them from down here very easily. Because they're fast moving, you're going to miss most of the time anyway. You're going to hit down here. But from most angles, trying to hit at them up there, your rocket will hit the wall. Also, the ones here, the ones on the other side, they're like archers. They are glued to the wall pretty much. But the ones on this side can walk down. It's just so confusing and irritating. And I honestly don't think they add anything. I think you should get rid of them. Anyway, let's carry on with this challenge. And some more have spawned. Great. At least they can't hit me because of that wall. But, oh, can these guys not? Okay. Have more just spawned in? Yeah, God, fucking hell. Fuck my life. Yeah, look at this, right? Oh, okay, I was wrong about that. Maybe I'm thinking about the other side where the... Well, I mean... Yeah. Sorry, I'm rewinding. Yeah, this is so undignified, this peeking round the edge thing. It's... Whoa. Right, is that all of them? Is that the entire bridge crew done? Right, okay, let's go back and try and get some health and armor. Right. So the thing is, right, if this is just like a fight like any other, it's a challenging fight. And it's got, it's got some complicated bits and bits I think are a bit bugged out. But that's fine. Right. Oh, right. Right, goodbye. Yeah, I mean, the yellow key fight was a big struggle. The blue key fight was a struggle. It's fine for these things to be difficult. It's just that whilst I'm thinking about how I do this really awkward bit here and deal with like these moments of, I'm thinking like, what's the sense of this? How am I meant to deal with that? What's the intended path? And the intended path is like, wow, there's actually all sorts of ways to do this. And it's clear that some of these ways haven't been thought through. So that's irritating to me. But it also makes me second guess myself, right? Because rather than thinking like, it's a skill issue, I've just got to do this one bit more, it's like, oh no, should I have cleared out all those guys? Should I clear out the bridge before I try and deal with this? I'm always second guessing myself. There's doubt, there's frustration. So my focus on just like dealing with the fight well is yeah. And maybe a better mindset of just like start something and finish it. Somebody less kind of like ADHD brain than me would go like, all right, just that blue fight, you say you're going to do it and you do it. No chickening out, no trying to avoid damage. Just do it. Do it the hard way. And if I had that systematic intent, then none of this choice paralysis stuff would be an issue. But it's kind of natural to go like, if I can just grab this and get out of a danger zone, then I will. And like, am I just going to spend loads of rockets or plasma on getting rid of those guys? I don't need to. It's a waste of time. Yeah. Anyway. But look at this, right? Look, there's an archvile, there's those guys. I'm gonna, yeah. I think a better way of doing this would be, I mean, okay, right. So I think this option needs to be cut out. I'll show you what happens if I peek in here. Yeah, that always happens. He always kills that guy. Ouch. The thing is, at this point, I don't really feel stupid. I don't really feel bad about... I don't really feel bad about rewinding and stuff and just doing stupid stuff because it's like... I don't think the game is taking itself very seriously. So I have no problems not taking it too seriously myself. So should I just, like... Yeah, that was dumb, wasn't it? Yeah, and there's always the... So now that he's distracted, I'm going to show you what it looks like from down here. This is cool. There's a red carpet leading up to the Archvile who has usurped our friend. And I think it would be so awesome if you could like go up here and face that. Like that kind of like grand ascent. But you don't, because it's the stupidest way of doing things. There's all those guys over there. Maybe if I'd killed all those guys, it would make more sense for me to do that. But it's still, again, that's still punishing yourself for no good reason when I could just do this, which is stupid, but... Can they kill him by themselves? No. Just going to run away. But you know what should be a kind of majestic centerpiece, a kind of like culmination of the efforts. Like this is like we've made all our choices. We've defeated the gauntlet. We've done the slalom of yellow and blue keys to get the red key. Now this is our grand descent on this set piece of this striking set piece, kind of dollhouse set piece, the final key door. And instead you end up with this kind of like garbage, like, there's several ways to do this and all of them are crap. Absolutely get rid of these guys. They're a total nightmare. These guys, I almost think like... I think they should just be a handful. Or they should... No, it should do the standard thing of like, all right, so these are just walls of skulls previously, right? Lift the walls of skulls to have a bunch of revenants come out. No, I guess that would be too tough. The problem with making them static is that I guess it would be too tough, too punishing if they were mobile along with those two Archviles in that complicated area where you can't shoot out, and I don't know. I just find it very irritating. But the fact that they're an unresolved matter, like, I don't know. I think by the time you get to the red key, maybe they should be crushed. I don't know. Just a way to get rid of all these loose threads, you know? And as for coming up here, I wonder if it couldn't be something like... Well, no, because if we don't have these guys here, and if these guys are crushed, then I can appreciate, I can focus on this. I can just walk up here and... Yeah. But I think we don't get the opportunity. I would get rid of these side doors. I think that the way I dealt with this is really humiliating. And this is cute. It's like saying, I don't know. I get how it's cute, but ultimately you do need to be able to fight both of these things. And sorry. And coming back through here to fight that is no big deal. And in fact, going through here makes the experience play not as intended. I don't know. There is a kind of clever thing going on there with like how you can... Whoops, excuse me. There is a kind of clever thing going on here of like going like, oh no, I don't have the yellow key, so I can't complete it, so I need to go back. In practice, the way I played naturalistically, I didn't realize it was a choice, so I got the yellow key and the blue key before progressing onwards. You're guided that way by like you'll get these goodies, you'll get more rockets, you'll get plasma. It's intuitive. And then at that point, it's cute that you can go through here, but there's nobody here. But then eventually you unlock this, and that's when you get the red key, and that's what opens this. That's cool. There's a kind of like multi-dimensional thing going on there, but yeah, I don't really think it's worth it. Anyway, this fight is cool. Yeah, that guy gets boomed. He always gets boomed, apparently. Right. Ouch. Okay, great. I do like the way this is designed. It's designed such that you can never really stop running. Because the way they're staggered means that there is no amount of time you can stop behind any one thing before something else is going to hit you. And look at this. I mean, that guy's cool. I think what I was trying to say last time is like, because the set piece is cool. As a kind of like dollhouse arrangement, it's gorgeous. But on the podium, yeah, on the lectern, and you don't want him to immediately run from behind that. But I think because you can't hit him and he can't hit you for the most part. But then as soon as you get behind here, you can hit him. And like what I did last time was I just cheesed him at the end. I think that once you cross this barrier, then he should be able to roam free. And that would add another layer of strategy to the fight. The thing I found irritating here was this door. You can open this door. It's not a keyed door. And it's only later that you move the barriers. I would just make that thing open both. You know? And why does it close again? It doesn't need to close again. Hey, look, that's our guy. It's the voice in our head. It's our observer. And right, I'm going to save end of map 12. So I did really bad on secrets, huh? What did I get? I got the one down in the yellow key catacomb, which was next to the plasma. I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I'm not going to spend much more time on that. I'm going to save end of map 12, and yeah, that's me making up for the fact that my blind runs weren't recorded. But I thought that commentary was important, and it was very difficult to get through in writing to explain all that. So sorry if I've rambled, but yeah, I think that suggestion could really help things out. This fight was awesome. This was just so frustrating, but I think it's a combination of. It's really a case of like the lack of focus and a combination of choices and some things done less good than others undermining each other. I think it would be really good if we just got rid of some of those options. So yeah, I believe that you should get rid of these. Because I mean, it certainly doesn't work if you approach this fight from here. It's clearly not designed for it. These guys up here, absolutely terrible. Having to peek around here to try and get them and then retreating back here, but they retreat as well, and then you can't really hit them there, but sometimes you can. Oh, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Not really sure what to do about this. I think choosing this one fight is fine, right? Like, it's not the end of the world if I choose one fight. So what if I'm a coward? No real complaints down here. No real complaints, apart from the blockiness, but I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? No, I think this was really cool. Grab that armor, armor. Grab those rockets. Now, is there anything unusual in any of these faces? What I'm trying to remember what his secret was. Was it a megasphere? A supercharge? I don't know. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Yeah, this is... Actually, do you know what? I'm going to see... So will they just not hit me if I... I don't even know what I'm trying to prove here. I guess I'm trying to see, like, if I did want to get rid of them. I made a serious effort of it. Ouch. Yeah, that's another problem, is it's quite easy to get stuck back here. Yeah, like, why am I going to waste all that ammo, man, you know? Oh, I forgot about the armor. And I forgot about this. Huh. Cool. Well, maybe overall I'm in a better position. Yeah, so I think there's a kind of like sensory dyslexia thing. That's not at all the right word, but circling these, the high frequency of those bars and all the shouting from them hurts the eyes. It's difficult to work out exactly what's going on. You can't really count them. Movement is weird, and occasionally you get stuck. It's just not rewarding. But yeah, I don't know. I think if you cleared up the other things, this wouldn't be half so bad. And I think if you could crush them when you hit the red key, I think that's important. Because it is something you can just avoid, you know? And they're just an irritation. They're not a kind of like, yeah. I think grab the red key, put them in a crusher. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that. I think this is a secret, the black book. With the red skull behind it, up and red skull. And this looks so cool. Look at all the different light gradations, and it's bricks being eaten by void. So we're back in creative domain, I like that. And it's only one secret I'm missing now. But that being the case, just to give myself a good start, that's great. I teleport back to the end of map 5. Awesome. So I'm entering the gate, and I get some more story. Well done. You have successfully cleansed the catacombs of the vials. Now I can return to my studies, and I'll put the bones of the revenants to good use. The voice begins to cackle at the thought. You're at the gate of hell now. Be warned that they will send everything they can. All bets are off. I noticed in several instances, the last one was okay, but in most of these instances, you've got some lines that return early and some lines that go over the screen length. Like the second and third lines go over length there. Yeah, just a remark. Cool. And this is how we start. 300 monsters, 3 secrets. Great. So I've got my auto map save, and this is where I'll pick up next time. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah. No, cheers, Rosa. This is really good. And yeah, I look forward to the continuation of it. Best of luck, and I'll see you later.